Welcome to Neon Cobra. Let's kick into it. At the top, I'll ask you to like and subscribe to the content. Please work with me and comment on any questions you have, and I'll help you through it where best I can. Excellent. So, with that, we're actually going to hop right into Azure today. It's going to be a quick one. It's going to be another how to, but I'm going to show you how to do tags in Azure. So, from the top, let's talk about what tags are. It's essentially the ability to tag any resource in Azure with a variable or a marker of our choosing. Now, these can be very, very powerful, but predominantly where we'll see this done is when we're trying to maybe identify specific resources assigned to a certain line of business application, potentially for budget tracking, departmental tracking. So you can be very, very powerful in action off of these essentially metadata flags you're going to add to items. So I'm going to do a follow-up video next week on actually using some of these items in action. But with that in mind, I want to show you actually how to create these tags and what you can do with some of them. So with that, hopping into Azure, you're going to see our standard items here. You can choose and just search for tags, right? This is an option. So this is a lot of stuff gets created, right? Inherently when you're working in Azure. You'll see things like AI services, backup tags, and these are great if you're doing recoveries across multiple items, but they can get rather cumbersome at a certain point. You will have a lot in there. What I generally recommend doing is just starting on specific resources. So let's say, for example, this ISC SSH server. So this is one of our session hosts and virtual desktoping. And when in the app, you're going to see tags. So when you select tags, you have the ability to come in here and see what's currently assigned. So this was all deployed via Nerdio Manager. So a lot of these items tend to auto assign. You'll also find that as you kind of create things inherently in Azure, it's going to create these tags for you to track. So with that in mind, if I want to add a new one, you can click in here and see any additional flags that might exist within this system that may have been created, or you can start typing and create a new one. So what I'll show you next time in the next how-to video is how to leverage these tags. And the tag I'm going to be actioning is going to be reserved. So you choose the tag name, and then you get to choose the value. Now, in this case, I previously had chosen the value of 1, but you can actually submit additional values in there if desired. Now, I'm using this as a binary or a variable 1 or 0. Like, is this reserved or not? That's the tag flag I'm kind of putting into this. But additionally, if I want to create a new one, so we'll call this test tags, and the value I can say is true. So you're able to put alphanumeric in here, right? So anything you need to set in there, whether it's information about the systems, right? Whether it's a binary 1 or 0 that maybe you flag or trigger, they're very, very powerful. So with that in mind, we can go and choose apply, and then it's going to tag this resource accordingly. And what you'll find in the tag section down here, if I can get it to display all the way, maybe we'll come back and we'll view it from this side. You're going to see all these tags now exist. And if you take a look as we go through, oh, looks like it's being truncated. So any general tags that would exist on this as it starts to trail out can be found again right here, our test tags and our reserved. So again, advantages of this, if we think in scope and scale of where we might be able to do and use some of these items, any sort of scripting, right? PowerShell, Bash scripting, Cloud Shell can filter and sort on tags. Azure budgets, cost analysis can work on tags, right? You can put this onto resource groups, individual hard drives, even scripts and runbooks you have, right? Any resource in Azure can be hit with these tags, which would make them very, very powerful. So it's really up to you to be creative with them. I'm going to show you again in next week's video a quick how-to on how to maybe track certain resources in Azure budgets. And specifically, we're going to track reserved instances and maybe when they fail. And we'll talk about that again next week. So be sure to like and subscribe to the content. Keep an eye open for more how-to videos. And if there's anything else you want to see in Azure and you're not quite sure where to go, just let me know and I'll dive in for you. With that, we'll catch you next time.